Fill us in on Mitchell's Untamed mate. What do we got going on there? What can we expect?
Well, I like to mix up the gender roles as well. So in this case, whereas in Ella and the Beast, you had Ty, who was the shapeshifter, and Ella was the human. In this case, you have Mitchell, who is the human. He's the clan leader for this small group of humans that still live in the forest. And Tracy, who is Ty's twin sister, is the shifter. And what makes her so unique is we get to see her at the very beginning of the book as a young girl. And she ends up growing up to be an anthropologist slash archaeologist who has a passion around finding everything she can about humans and their existence and everything else. So when her brother brings home a human, she's like just blown away. And she's a very strong, very independent um, young woman who, has traveled around the world, and she is perfect, in that she's got that mix of curiosity, um, determination. She's very tenacious, and she's fun. She's fun to write. And Mitchell, Mitchell is young, but he has this huge weight of responsibility that he's grown up with. So he's torn as well because he's got his responsibility to his people, and that they have to, even though he's beginning to have feelings for Tracy, all of his decisions, he has to put himself second. He has to put them, his people first. And so that can make it very, very complicated because he's got that conflict going on inside himself, as well as, trying to protect them and absorbing everything that, he's coming into as the male into a modern world. So, you would think that he's coming in with a disadvantage, but he's had his own share of responsibilities. So he's not one to just roll over and play dead.
And in certain ways, I would imagine that the characteristics that you've needed to survive in the forest and leading a group of people, um, they would be ones that would certainly give you an inner core or an inner strength,
Yeah.
which would be needed as you are trying to work out, what the heck is going on when you meet this more advanced society.
And you don't know what do they pose a threat.
Mm,
And then there's also some other contentions going around because there's a fear that shifters, because of their past history, so there's a lot of distrust that needs to be overcome. And it's, doesn't help when you have some bad actors in there and you're getting this it's like, who do you trust?
mm.
And at one point, it comes down to you trust anybody, including the person that you're having feelings for, because they are different. So there's a lot going on in the stories about the relationships. And, it's there's so many complicated portions that can influence it. And I think that's another fascinating concept writing it this way.